What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another Funko Pop review. Today we'll be looking at another Godzilla vs. Kong line. So I'm finally doing these. I skipped on these last year, and as I've mentioned previously in the other 10-inch video that didn't have the space, that's why I didn't buy it in the first place. But now I will be having more house space. Then now is a great time for me to get these because seeing that how much you guys liked the other Funko Pop videos for Godzilla vs. Kong. Based on the views, it seems like you guys want to see me do more of it. So pretty much a year later, here we are doing the reviews. And of course, if you haven't seen me do the regular 10-inch pops, be sure to check that out because the pops we're looking at today are also 10-inch, but these are the Neon exclusives. So what are the Neon exclusives? Well, first and foremost, they're exclusive only to Walmart. In the US, I have not seen any of these in Canada. I had to pay a customs fee to get this across the border to my house. So you can see these pops are quite rare and then quite up on the market. And essentially, it's the same model as the other 10-inch pops. However, the really big significant difference, of course, they're Neon City. So I guess what they're trying to capture here is the reflections off the lights of Hong Kong where they fight. And it's actually really cool just looking at them through the box. There is some serious paint job going on here. But we're going to save that. We're going to look at these now. We're going to save that for when we actually open the pops and look at them. So let's do it. So we have, of course, both Godzilla and Kong here. So which one shall we look at first? Let's look at the Godzilla first, I think. Let's do it. So let's take a look at the box now. Pretty much the same thing. Pop, Vinyl, Godzilla versus Kong. You can see the figure being the forefront, and that's what I've always appreciated about these pops in general, is letting the figure being the forefront, not having an obscure amount of artwork take it over. We do get an artwork Neon City Godzilla vinyl figure, and we've got the only at Walmart exclusive sticker right here. Here is the side of the box. Here's the back of the box showing you all the other figures that are included, or not included, but all the ones you could collect. That being, of course, the regular 10-inch pops, and then the actual regular normal pops. And then here is the other side. Very unfortunately, I have a little rip here, but that's what happens when you get big pops like this. So it is what it is. And then last but not least, here is the top. So, without further ado, let's get this thing cracked open. To be quite honest, I am actually quite excited to take this guy out. Seeing how well received this figure was from other people and other reviewers. Here's the box after it's taken out. Just to show you, I think it's the exact same artwork as the regular 10-inch pop, so that's that. Okay, so now let's take the pop out of the plastic. And whoa! Look at this, ladies and gentlemen. Isn't this one heck of a pop? First impressions, just stunning. Absolutely stunning. Just look at the way this pop is sculpted. It is done incredibly beautiful. It's the same as, of course, as the regular 10-inch pop, but what really delivers the wow factor is the colors. I get why this is called Neon City, but this just feels more like Godzilla charging him his atomic breath about to blow. I see some of the blue reflecting off the blue and purple and green transparency from the lights in Hong Kong. You have to appreciate the designers for this, because look what they also did. It looks like they just spray painted by hand just shades of light blue. You got some here, but it kind of gets inconsistent, but there is still hints of shades of light blue all over to the tail, covering up throughout the whole body. Now, there's not a lot here on the top. It's just mainly empty up here. But at the bottom, especially in the hands as well, and on the forehead, just shades of, looks like chalk blue that they just threw on there. And I love that. That is some great detailing going on. The same thing continues with the dorsal fins, except that since the dorsal fins are light blue, they just threw on some chalks of white. So the attention to detail on this thing is beyond the charts, and it's so well done. I absolutely like it. Like the regular 10-inch Godzilla is cool and all, but if you look at this after, you gotta understand just why this pop is worth more. It's all about the value, and you can see it. You can see it in the figure itself. It's such good quality, and for hardcore Godzilla collectors, this is great. I highly recommend this. And for those who are serious Funko collectors, I also recommend this. One or the other. This is a good figure, not just as a Funko Pop, but as a good Godzilla figure as a whole. One thing I like to point out is the eyes, and then the inside of the mouth is also different. The regular one is like pink, but then in this one, you've got the dark purple tongue, a little bit of magenta as well. And I think that's done intentionally, just to match the overall color of him. Also, he's blowing his atomic breath, which is, there's no piece included in this figure. But assuming there is, that would probably would change the color of his mouth as well, to say the least. Now, the only pop I can really compare this to is the Heat Ray, the regular Heat Ray Godzilla. Other than that, there's really not another pop I can really compare it with. And the only real difference is the eyes, the blue. Sorry, the only thing that's really the same is the blue eyes. Kept the normal black or gray color scheme with all the other Godzilla pops, but for this one, they went all out. Not just at the eyes, you know, but also did the entire figure as a whole. So my all-time favorite part has to be the dorsal fins, hands down. The dorsal fins already are gray and they're all, but now they're light blue and sprinkled with white paint. You've got absolutely perfected Funko Pop here, and I think that is done exceptionally well. My favorite part also is just the shades of blue. It's just so creative, and I love it. And overall, I think this Godzilla figure is gonna be fantastic on the shelves. Obviously, there's really no way you can play with this. It's a Funko Pop. They're meant to be collector's items, be put on display to showcase in the middle of the room or something. I think this is hands down my favorite Godzilla Funko Pop. From all the other ones, all the ones we've gotten, I'm talking about just Godzilla the character. Now, let's see if Kong will also meet that same level of expectations, or will it horribly flop? We don't know. Let's find out right now. Alright, next up we've got our Neon City Kong. Of course, look for the distinctive purple, and then of course try to find the Walmart exclusive sticker. Same thing as Godzilla, got the beautiful work here. You got the artwork here, Neon City Kong. Here's the side, and then here is the other side, Neon City Kong. And then here is the top of the box. So, let's crack this open and take our purple monkey out. Let's take Kong out of this. Whoa! Ain't this a little more heavier than the regular 10-inch? Okay, and here is the Kong out of the box. Right off the bat, same mold as the regular 10-inch as you would expect. However, it's purple. Purple. Now that's an interesting color of choice for this Neon City look, and I'm all for it. It actually makes Kong here look even more spectacular than it already is. It's the same mold as I've said, so meaning same action pose, same facial expression, yada yada yada, you know the deal. But the shades are purple, just like Godzilla. What they've also done here, well, they've really kept purple to be the main color, whereas for Godzilla they had white and light blue. For Kong here, they just simply kept it with purple, and I get it, Kong does not have a heat ray. So what they've done instead, they've just shaded hints of light purple on the front, and you can see it throughout the entirety of the figure. I think that's done very, very well. And then it goes, you don't see any of it from the back, so all of it in fact is just going on the front from the forehead all the way to the toenails. Yep, all the way to the toenails, as you can see. So there's that. They've also kept, I didn't mention this in the regular 10-inch Kong, is that they've got the giant battle scar on his chest. I think that's something that they've been consistently doing with all their Kong figures for some reason. And like I said, in the same pose as the regular 10-inch Kong, this is what you expect. He's in his punching pose, and I think this is the best Kong can be, the best pose you can do for Kong, because, you know, he's like on the ground, but he's still about to level a punch. So this is good. So you can actually have him stand off against Godzilla and it'll look great. Articulation wise, there is articulation for Kong. It was ever so slightly. You can just move the head a little bit, and same thing as the regular. That's what you would expect. And then the eyes. Interesting choice of purple. They're not as reflective as the regular Kong, but it's still a pretty interesting choice. Almost looks like an M&M color, I'm not gonna lie, or a Skittles color. Mouth is pretty much the same. They've kept, see, for Godzilla, they made it much more purple inside of the mouth. But for Kong, I think they just kept it the usual pink, which makes sense. Kong has no atomic breath, so that makes sense. And then, of course, the usual face of the roar face. So really the only thing I can say for this pop is it's great because of the color scheme. Other than that, it's not that different from the regular Kong. And I can't really pull out any other Kongs to compare it because this Kong just stands out so differently from all the other Kongs. It's just distinctively so different. Obviously, realistically, the city lights will not completely turn the color of an animal or you or anyone just being reflected. But I understand the concept Funko's trying to go for here, and I think they should not make this so rare. Rather, this be a just be a chase or something. Like chases are rare, but this is a Walmart exclusive. At least make it a chase. Like, at least make it a little bit more special, because this definitely deserves to feel special. So, I like this Kong very much. I just don't get why I didn't do it sooner. Well, I don't know why I didn't do these pops until now. So, but better late than never. So, that's all I gotta say for this one. So now I'm gonna put this guy back in the box, and we're gonna wrap up the review with the final verdict. They already topped the 10-inch pops, the regular 10-inch pops, by a milestone. They're obviously worth a little more, but I don't mind paying the price I paid for this. Obviously, the demand for these pops are pretty high in the Godzilla Godzilla market. For those hardcore collectors, you really want to get your bang for your buck and to get some serious quality Godzilla products. Definitely invest in these two pops if you're tight on the budget. I guess the regular pops, the regular 10-inch pops are for like the casual fans, the casual Funko collectors, and then these are just more for the serious Godzilla collectors, but I guess also for the more serious Funko collectors as well. You don't have to be a Funko collector and not be a Godzilla fan. You can be both. So I think Funko has opened up a lot of options here. Now I will say if they did a 10-inch Mechagodzilla like this, I definitely think that was skyrocketing in value, because the small Mechagodzilla pops are already going off the market for quite the amount of money, especially the Funko exclusive glow in the dark ones. So I don't know, just put that into consideration, Funko. But in the meantime, these two are great. I love them better than the regular 10-inch pops, but I do think they're good too. But I just think if I had to pick, obviously I have to go with these. So I give the Kong a 8 out of 10, and I give the Godzilla a solid 9 out of 10. There could be some improvements, but I think Funko's already done the best they can here. So, well, that being said, that's awesome. So I hope you guys enjoyed this review. If you did, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more. If you want to see the other Godzilla vs. Kong Funko Pops that I did, they are available on the channel, so do check that out. And that's it for this one. If you enjoyed, thank you so much for watching, and we will see you all in the next one. Bye for now.